Today we will be talking about Megumi versus Aki and why this fight is not close at all. After these past two JJK versus Chainsaw Man matchups, this video has obviously been on the mind for a lot of you and for good reason. The other matchups were mainly stomps, however, this one looks way closer in comparison. But it isn't, and I'm gonna tell you why real quick. Now, let's start off with Aki, since he has not really too much going on when it comes to his skill set. He's known for his Fox Devil along with his Cursed Sword, but this version of Aki, which is the one that people are familiar with, kind of sucks. His best showing is taking out the Leech Devil and taking out a suppressed Katana Man, along with destroying the majority of a building with the Fox Devil. Aki does get a lot stronger thanks to his contract with the Future Devil, who would give Aki strength in exchange for him being able to live in Aki's eye, just so he can watch Aki's downfall. This granted Aki the ability to see into the future for a few seconds, which allowed him to combat the likes of Bomb Devil Rize. The explosions Rize generates have enough destructive force to destroy buildings pretty easily. There are multiple calculations to back this up. However, it's weird to say that Aki would scale to this directly, as he's admitted that not only can he barely react to her with precog, but Rize would have legit killed him in one blow. Even a Chainsaw Man who barely has enough blood to transform has shown the ability to withstand multiple hits from her. This Denji should still be stronger than the one that tanked the Bat Devil's Blast, which had enough energy to destroy multiple city blocks potentially. Aki's range probably wouldn't scale to this, along with him probably not even being large building level. However, I still think he's in that building level tier of power due to him drawing blood from characters like Rize. Now, when it comes to speed, we know in Chainsaw Man characters like Power can casually perception blitz bullets, and Aki has even reacted to Quincy, who legit moves so fast she was appearing still to characters who are already blitzing bullets. This feat is calculated to be at over Mach 8, which would put Aki's speed in that hypersonic range. And as a lot of you may know from my previous videos, Rize can generate actual explosions, and even characters like Beam can move so fast that he can save Denji out of the area before the explosions actually hit them. And this feat would require Beam to be moving at over Mach 183. And yes, Aki is big fast, but he wasn't fast enough to see this coming. Now, next up is Megumi, who, similar to Aki, is weird to scale when it comes to the overall hierarchy of Jujutsu Kaisen. We know Gojo and Sukuna are the Chads of the verse, with Yuta and the other special grades following behind them, along with other top tiers like Yuki, Hakari, etc. Megumi doesn't scale to any of them at all, in my honest opinion, and the best thing we have is him trying to counter Dagon's domain, but this does not work at all. However, he should upscale from bottom tiers like Preamped Maki and Mekamaru, who have shown being able to react to bullets at high hypersonic speeds and generate enough energy to destroy multiple city blocks. Megumi, even before his general upgrade, would scale to this and even go as far as to show relativity to Bei Shibuya Yuji in their fight against Awasaka. This Yuji, who apparently in terms of raw power is comparable to Nanami. This is consistent as well, since Toji mainly attacks the strongest person in the room, and out of Maki, One-Arm Naobito, and Overtime Nanami, and Megumi, Toji deemed Megumi as the biggest threat. Also, in the previous arc, Megumi can defeat a Finger Bearer who's capable of evaporating caves with his energy blasts, and these blasts were calculated to be near large town level, and it's not like with Aki where he may scale to it. If Megumi scaled to it by death paintings, then he most certainly would by where he's at currently in the manga. We also know in terms of speed, he can react to this Toji, who would be way faster than Nanami anyway, who can blitz early Mahito at over Mach 144. And unlike Aki, he definitely has a lot more range and versatility. With his Shikigami, he can fight from long range to mid range, and he also does have close range experience, being able to even combo with the likes of Maki, who's just literally the Rock Lee of JJK. And Megumi in general is just a very analytical type of fighter, always trying to get a step ahead of his opponent. Now, let's look at the battle itself. It's clear Aki with his precog would have the speed advantage and should be able to predict what Megumi throws at him. However, this is quite literally the one thing that Aki has over Megumi. The best scaling we can give for Aki is saying he'd have better feats than the Bat Devil, but I think it's honestly really weird to say because, like I said before, Rize, who is large building level consistently, can one-shot Aki, and plus Aki can barely block an attack from Quincy. Like, how do you prove Aki could just stand in front of that Bat Devil Sonic Blast and take no damage? And if we're going with what's more consistent, there's versions of this calc that put this at large building anyway, which is what consistently the mid tiers of Chainsaw Man are at. we're going to one-shot Aki. But if we were just super generous to Aki and said, sure, he's multi-city block, then he would be in that relative tier of AP2 Goodwill Megumi, and he would be faster. So at best, he's beating Goodwill Megumi. However, that's literally it. Megumi's incomplete domain would one-shot Aki, and obviously he's way stronger now. Even with his speed advantage, it literally doesn't matter, as none of Aki's attacks would hurt Megumi, and his domain is going to hit him regardless. And if you think equal stats changes the discussion, it really doesn't. Aki can summon the Fox Devil, which every time he uses it fatigues him like crazy, and the sword he uses legit kills him slowly. Meanwhile, Megumi not only has enough combat experience to fight alongside with the likes of Maki, but he also literally covers any range with his Shikigami. The one thing that Aki beats Megumi in is speed, but that's literally it. And if you think Gunfiend Aki changes the discussion, his AP doesn't get that much higher, so no, it doesn't change. I don't want to hear any shit in the comments. Anyways, the next versus match that's going to be related to JJK and Chainsaw Man is Mommy versus Mommy. Goodbye.